At dawn, the missing loaves were stacked beside the fever gate. Seneca would have recognized the trap before anyone named it wisdom. Livia counted them with flour still under her nails. 3 rye, 2 barley, 1 sweet fig loaf meant for the guild table. For 6 months, she had risen before the cocks, feeding her father's oven with olive branches and debt. The guild seal was 1 inspection away. With it came a winter flour contract. Without it, the creditor would take the oven, the house, and the narrow room where her mother slept. Then the old water carrier began appearing at the alley well each morning, cloak wet, basket covered. His name was Marius. Around 60, bent shoulders, 1 milky eye, always the same apology in his mouth. Livia watched him once from behind the millstone. He lifted the cloth, slipped 2 hot loaves into the basket, and walked toward the fever gate where even guards held cloth over their faces. It would have been easy to shout then. She waited. The next morning, another loaf vanished. The morning after that, the guild inspector came early, touched the empty shelf, and looked at her as if poverty had a smell. Her mother whispered, "Let it pass." Livia could not. That night she tied a bell thread to the bread rack. When it rang before sunrise, she stepped into the oven glow with a peel in both hands. Marius froze, fingers closing on the stolen crust. She dragged him into the street. Neighbors opened shutters. The inspector arrived with his slate. For 1 bright breath, Livia felt her future returning. Then, a child's cough came from inside the basket. Not 1 child. 3. Small faces under the cloth, lips cracked from fever, hands wrapped around yesterday's bread. Marius did not defend himself. He only lowered the basket to the stones so the smallest girl could breathe. The inspector said 1 sentence. "If the theft is his, the guild may still forgive you." Livia looked at the old man's hands. Burn scars. Rope cuts. No purse. No one at the fever gate waiting to thank him. She could have saved everything by pointing. Instead, she untied her apron, folded it over the basket and said, "The bread was mine to give." The guild seal went to another baker. The flour contract disappeared. That winter, Livia sold the silver comb her father had bought for her wedding someday. She bought rye, not enough. Every 3rd dawn, a basket waited by the fever gate. Years later, when the creditor finally came for the oven, he found its debt paid in small coins, each one wrapped in a scrap of child's linen. Livia set 1 coin on the warm stone. Outside, someone had left an empty basket at